Nuri, it is the morning programme. Good morning, Nuri and Mourne. And the world out there, we greet you in Manhattan, we greet you in Manitoba, we greet you in Mullabon and Mayo Bridge, we greet you in Melbourne in Australia. You are very, very welcome indeed. Patricia Conlon is with me this morning from the fostering service here in the southern region, yes?
Yes, southern.
And Geraldine McCullough, who is a foster carer here.
Yes.
You're both very, very welcome. It's
Thank
lovely
you.
to see you. There is a need, Patricia, for fostering.
Yeah, we have a continuous need to recruit new foster carers all of the time, really. We just want to get as many different types of carers in to build up a pool of carers from all kinds of different backgrounds.
How many people, how many children are being fostered at a time in our area?
Well, in the southern area, we would have about, at the moment, 360 children being
That's a
fostered.
lot, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's just the southern area.
Yeah.
You know, so yes, it's a lot of children.
And are they staying with foster parents for a long time or a short time?
It's everything from one night right through to the whole of their childhood.
My goodness.
Right through to their maybe 20 plus.
Goodness gracious.
So,
Geraldine, you foster children.
Yes.
If they're there for a long time, you're bound to bond with them.
Oh, you bond.
And when they go, you feel the loss.
You do, of course, but at the same time, Rowan, you look on it that you've given a child a step up in life. You've helped them through a difficult phase in their life, and then when they move on, you're hoping that they're moving on to a better situation than the one they've come from. And sometimes they go back to their parents, and sometimes they go to a different placement, maybe a long-term placement. But to know that you've helped that child is very satisfying, and it's very encouraging.
You are very special. Now, don't balk at me telling you that. But what you're saying, it makes you a very special person, because you're selflessly giving to ensure that the child gets a step up in life. That's a huge thing for any human being to do.
Well, I kind of take it for granted because I love children and I love to be able to help them a wee bit. You know, I would like to think that I have the type of nature who would rather do a good turn than a bad turn. So
It's clearly so.
I love to see the children coming, and of course when they come in the door and they're nervous, and I let them know that I'm equally nervous because it's a big step for them, but you don't know what the child's going to be like until they have spent maybe an hour in your home, and then you start to see their wee personalities coming through.
Are you allowed to send them back?
Sometimes. Easier than your own.
You recognise what I'm saying. This is a huge woman, and foster carers, foster parents are huge people.
They're amazing people. You know, we always say they're ordinary people doing extraordinary jobs, and they come from all different backgrounds. I mean, we have carers who work, who are on benefits, who are single, married, with children, no children, all ages, and that's what we're looking for, is to build up this pool of carers.
When you say all ages, but surely someone who's older, much older.
No, there's no upper age limit.
Really? So
No.
just
So long as you're
healthy and sensible, and you pass whatever examination.
There's a medical,
and also I suppose a police test is important.
Of course,
too,
yes.
which is a natural
There
thing
are
nowadays.
tests that's regardless of what age you are.
Yeah, of course, that's
that are
all
carried
good.
out. But there's we would encourage people of any age really to come forward.
Patricia, are people signing up for it in the numbers you would wish?
No,
They're not?
Unfortunately not, no. Particularly for, I suppose there's three groups that we always struggle with, and that would be the older children, teenagers. I mean, they have a bad reputation, unfairly so, I think. We always struggle to find homes for them.
Yeah.
Also for larger sibling groups, because that's a tall order.
Yeah, if you want to keep four of them
brothers
together.
and sisters together. I mean, there's not very many families out there who can take all of them.
Yeah.
You know, or even two or three, even smaller sibling groups can be a struggle. And the third group would be children with special needs, with disability.
Yeah.
They, you know, we always struggle to
But
find
nothing
placements.
is ruled out. You take all of these children, difficult, not so difficult, very difficult, children who are teenagers wanting to go out on a Saturday night. You have to deal with all of that. Does this woman get any support from you guys?
Yes.
It's
Yeah, no, there's quite an extensive package of support. I mean, every foster carer, first of all, has their own social worker, and that's their designated person, and they're there to hopefully help them in whatever way they can. But outside of that, because that would be within normal office hours, outside of that there's a helpline 24/7.
Yeah.
There would also be other organisations within the trust and outside of the trust that also support carers. I mean, here in Newry and Mourne, we have our own support group, foster care support group, that meet the first Wednesday of every month, and So there's different forms of support, and training as well is very important. There's ongoing training. I mean, you can attend training in all kinds of things.
Yes.
It's endless, really, the amount, the amount of training.
Geraldine, how long have you been doing it now?
Just over 2 years, Rowan.
2 years.
And in 2 years, I've had 10 children come
10
through my
children.
house. Yeah.
And would they still know you? Would you still meet them down the street? Hello, how are you doing? How are you, Geraldine? Hello, Mum.
We had a very strong bond with the first children who came to us, and we still visit them on a fairly regular basis, even though they have moved on. We would frequently hear through social services how the other children are doing, and we like to hear, that they're progressing well. Some of the children would not have been local enough for me to see them on a regular basis. They may have come from outside my local area.
Yes.
So some of them you hear about, and some of them you don't.
Yeah.
But
does that kind of impinge on you? Does it break your heart if they go and you never hear of them again?
Not as such, because where you have a certain bond with them, some of them, some children I only had for 2 or 3 nights in my home, and maybe for a week, where others have been there for 4, 5, 6 months, and over a year at the moment. The children who are with me at the moment have been with me for about a year now.
A year now?
Yeah. And
in that year, they must come, because children are growing into adults.
Oh, yes.
So in that growth process, they must be leaning more and more and more towards you.
Absolutely.
And seeing you as certainly someone who loves them, who they love, seeing you as a mother.
Yes,
really, at the end of the day.
a stand-in mother, really.
Yeah.
You have to be honest and say you're a stand-in mother for them.
Yeah.
And they do come to rely on you, and they do come to expect you to do what's right for them. But you also have to lay down very strong boundaries with a lot of these children, because some of them have had maybe a poorer start in life than your own would have had, you know.
Yeah.
So you have to lay down boundaries, and you have to let them know that even though they do something that's out of order in your home, you still love them, you still care for them.
Because you would say the same to your own children.
You would, of course.
Yeah,
but
it's the
you
same
mean
thing.
you're doing for these what you've done with your own.
Absolutely.
But unfortunately, some of these poor children come with a lot of baggage, and it's finding the right person to give them time to unpack.
Yeah.
In my eyes, you know.
But it is a huge work of love. Let's be honest about it. Michael Barry is the new moderator of the Presbyterian Church. He was talking last night about outreach to other people, to seek to serve, to seek to be helpful, to seek to love your neighbour. You're doing that, par excellence.
I hope so.
Well, you are, clearly are. There's no two ways about it. How many foster carers have you got in Uri?
We have almost
Pauline?
400 at the
In
moment.
Uri?
Yeah, well,
so individuals
in the southern, that's the
Yeah, in
southern
our
trust,
region.
yes, which is quite a big region.
It is, yeah.
And that would include kinship carers, so relatives of foster children who, come
would-
forward, like grannies or
Grannies,
aunts, or, so it includes them as well.
And if someone wants to get involved with you, how do they do it?
Well, they can either contact the office directly.
And the office is where?
It's in Drummalane House.
Drummalane House in
Yes,
Uri.
in Uri.
Would foster care Drummalane House get you?
Yes,
Yes,
it would.
If you've got this eureka moment where you say,
Yeah.
I want to be a foster carer, send a note today
Yes.
to foster care Drummalane House in Uri, and
It will get
things
there.
start to move.
There's also the website, the Fostering and
Which
Adoption
is?
website, the BAF, BAAF.
BAAF. That's a website. If you
Yes.
put that in, you get all the
And
details.
you get all the details there as well.
BAAF.
Yes.
That's huge. And is there, are there people will think, oh, I'm not good enough to do that. I'm not able to do that. They'll give me such an examination that I'll fall to pieces. Was it
Yeah.
that difficult? Was it?
No,
You've
it
come
wasn't.
through it,
No,
yeah.
I really have to be honest. Patricia was my first, actually second point of contact when I put in my application to become a foster carer. And I said, now Patricia, please don't hurry me through this. I want to know that I'm doing this for the right reasons. I want to know that I'm doing the right thing for myself and my own family. And I said, I want to take my time, and she was very patient with me, and she saw me through a lot of laughter and through a lot of tearful moments, but we got there in the end. And when I got accepted to become a foster carer, it was like a wee celebration in my house. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
All the right questions, all the right concerns, all the right outreach.
Yes, she's
Greatly. Well
brilliant.
done. Well done. Listen, will you come back and talk to me again? Let me know how it's all going.
Oh, we will.
Love
We'll
to,
do
yeah.
that in the future. We'll do it certainly within the month, and we'll see where we're going.
Okay.
Lovely.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you
indeed.
very much.
Conlon,
Thank you.
you're very welcome, and I'm glad you're going to come back. And you're a wonderful person. Well done.
Thank you.
Well, all foster parents, good and wonderful people. Coming very, very shortly, the Newry Festival of Windows. We'll be telling you what that's all about. But for now, you're with Destination Newry, the morning programme, as we say farewell to our people of fostering, our people of great caring. That's fostering Drummalane House, Newry, and you'll get on board. Take care. Go well.
Thank you.